It's the latest al-Qaeda battleground, Yemen. The terrain as wild and unforgiving as Afghanistan, and a weak government is fighting rebel movements in both the north and the south. U.S. and UN officials say al-Qaeda is exploiting what could be a growing sanctuary for terror training and operations. Airstrikes reported on terror strongholds in recent days come as little surprise. But some media outlets, like Iran's PressTV, are portraying the airstrikes against al-Qaeda in the south as American-led.
Dozens of civilians have been killed in fresh airstrikes.
It was the same on the Russia Today network when it described strikes against separatist rebels in the north.
Now the rebels say the U.S. has joined these raids.
Other rebel sources told journalists the Saudi Air Force flying American-made planes were responsible for some of the attacks. While CNN cannot independently verify any of those claims, a Yemeni government source who has been briefed on the matter tells CNN American drones have been key in providing intelligence for airstrikes against al-Qaeda. Some U.S. senators say they must do all they can to deprive al-Qaeda of a safe haven.
We have limited options at this point. We should go after them in Yemen, and that means we should make sure that they cannot have safe havens in Yemen.
And yet Yemen, a poor, struggling nation with a long, porous border with Saudi Arabia and a short distance to Somalia, could become a hub for extremists to plan and launch attacks. Even UN officials concede the U.S. and its allies may have little choice but to go after al-Qaeda in Yemen so it can continue to keep the terrorist organization on the run.
We're not going to eliminate al-Qaeda just through killing people and finding them in these difficult areas of the world. But I think that there has been great strides made in reducing the appeal of al-Qaeda and forcing them into these sort of more limited areas of operation.
UN and U.S. officials just back from Yemen agree in the year to come, this vulnerable country will continue to be a challenging front line in the battle with al-Qaeda. Paula Newton, CNN, London.